Order of 12, part of the America 250, lighting the way. The Order of 12 was also known as the International Order of 12 Knights and the Daughters of Tabor. It was an African-American fraternal order and benevolent society. Its roots was in the anti-slavery and abolitionist movements from the previous decades. Although created after the Civil War, many of the members had been active in the Underground Railroad. Pictured here is Independence, Missouri, around 1850. The Order of 12 was actually founded in 1872 by Reverend Moses Dixon in Independence, Missouri. It was one of the largest black organizations in the world at one time. This is a photo of Reverend Moses Dixon. In 1846, he created a secret society called the Knights of Liberty in St. Louis, Missouri. The society sought freedom of all enslaved African Americans in the South. By 1856, there were 47,000 members. They planned revolts by the slaves, but those revolts were never realized, and the society folded when the Civil War began. The Order of 12 was described as having been formed for one band, united by the strongest ties of friendship and bound together by solemn obligations, and established on a firm basis for the purpose of making a united and effective effort in aiding each member in the sickness or distress, to protect and defend each other, to aid and help the widows and orphans of members that had died in good standing, to inculcate true morality, that the members of the International Order of 12 may be an example to the masses of mankind. Illustrated here is some of the uniforms and pins worn by members of the Order of 12. The men's lodges were called temples, and the women's lodges were called tabernacles. Men themselves were called knights, and the women were called daughters. There was even special names for children. Young girls were called maids, and the boys pages. One of the main principles of the Order of the 12 was to protect the less fortunate members of the black community. They specifically set out to take care of widows and orphans and poor blacks. They even had special burial ceremonies for members, with each having their own divisions and their own practices. Here is a procession list for one of the burial programs. Pictured here is Center and 2nd Street in the early 1900s in Ironton. On the 9th of February, 1888, a ceremony was held in Ironton to establish the Order of 12. It was held at the Grand United Order of Odd Fellows Hall on the corner of 2nd and Center. It would be the second chapter in the state of Ohio, and it was named the Pride of Ohio Tabernacle, number 384. Mary Jane Pogue was nominated the preceptress at the ceremony in 1888. She was the daughter of Gabriel Johnson. The organization, founded in Ironton, was mainly for women. There were not many men participating in the first meeting, and it was held in the hall above the Dawson and Powell's and Wells stores. Just a few days after the Order of 12 held their first meeting, the most destructive fire in Ironton hit the same block where the meeting was held. The Iron City Lodge of Oddfellows lost everything, including their paraphernalia and their record books. The fire started in the Dawson and Pyle's bookstore just below the Oddfellows Hall. No damages were listed for the Order of 12. In the 1888-1889 City Directory, the organization was listed as the Mystic Order of 12. The meetings were being held on the west side of 2nd Street between Railroad and Lawrence in Ironton, and it claimed the organization was chartered on the 10th of March, 1888. The next entry was found in 1893-1894 City Directory. enlisted only the daughters of the tabernacle. The meetings were held the first and third Fridays each month. They met in the Murdoch's Hall,